To dust I return again. From my mother I am torn. With my brothers off to...
Hi there, Starscream here, back, but not for a Transform review. Is that light too bright for you and my face is held up? Let's get back, less of my face the better. Alright, what am I here to ramble on about? We're not looking at Transformers today. Well, we are and we aren't. Let me explain, give me a few moments to try and articulate what I'm trying to put across to you on this camera. If I had money for every time somebody asked me what I thought of the original Michael Bay film, I think I would have lots of money by now. Personally speaking, I thought I'd made my feelings towards Michael Bay's films in general quite clear, and Transformers primarily. But I did a little... I wasn't really a review, more of my opinion of the original Transformer film. But YouTube, in its intense stupidity again, I'm probably repeating myself, has removed the audio. I don't blame them, because it was rubbish. But I'm left with the irritating thing now that people, when they subscribe, wonder if, or my opinions of said original film. You know my opinions of the second and the third. But what do you want to know about the original? So this comes back round again. This is why I'm here. I'm here to try to put across my feelings in the original film, but not yet. You see, I'm close approaching, wow, 2,000 subscribers. I'll go for the foot of my stairs.
Clearly, we are at a crossroads in your life.
Jumping around doing cartwheels. Not particularly great for the amount of time I've been on here, but never mind. Hopefully the subscribers that I have appreciate some of the stuff that I put out, and if they don't, I'm really unsure as why they're subscribed. Alright, we'll stop for a minute. I have a competition for you lot, and I do have a prize. There's going to be one. Now I sound like I'm out of the Highlander now. There can be only one. Or maybe Matrix. But no, we're not doing that. There will be one prize. Do you want to know what the prize is? See, I don't do this very often, and there's one thing that you have to do for me if you want to partake of this competition. I don't really care if you're subscribed to me. I know a lot of people do this and they say, you can't do it unless you're subscribed, and you got to be nearby, so it don't cost me much to post it, so it don't cost me money. I don't care. If you're not subscribed, fine. I mean, appreciate if you are, and if you're not, that's completely your choice. If you're watching this and not subscribed, I'm not really sure why you're watching it, but never mind, it's up to you. And wherever you are in the world, I'll send it to you. But bear in mind, if you do win it, it's going to be surface mail, so bear in mind it will take some time to get to you. Alright, there's two things I'm going to give you, but it's only for one person, and I'll explain how you win it in a minute, but let me show you what the prize is if you're really interested. Now, that was upside down, now it's not. Some of you may be familiar with this, and some of you may not. I'm trying not to reflect the rest of the room in here. This is MD45, and for those of you who are big fans of Megadeth, you'll know that this was a solo project for Dave Mustaine. Now, there's two copies of this album. I'm not sure, there might be three, but as far as I know, there's two. One where he didn't do the vocals, and one where he re-edited it, edited in some more guitar work, and then edited in his own vocals. I'm not sure if there might be a third one, because this has the bonus tracks too, so don't quote me on that. There may be two or three, I can't say for certain. This is the Dave Mustaine one. This is the one that I'm giving away. This is a very good album. I'm not going to go into too much detail. As a solo project for Dave Mustaine at the time, Megadeth were essentially disbanded, not necessarily broken apart, never to be reunited. But at that time, it was a fractious group, and Dave Mustaine had enough of it. He'd lost his musical impulse, and he had enough of it. Megadeth, and he wanted to pursue a musical career. And this is how we get this. And then later on, he wanted to re-edit it, and he used his own vocals, blah, 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 blah. This is a very good album. If you like Dave Mustaine, you'll like it. Not necessarily if you like Megadeth, but this is a great album. So that's part of the prize. And the rest is this book. This happens to be my book. There's two of them. I'm not opening the other one, alright? So don't worry, you'll get a new book. Life in Metal. And this is going to be the revised version. There's two versions of this book. This is the revised one, going over some later stuff, when Dave Ellison returned into the group. And it's a better look back and a more insightful end to the book, because I thought the other one ended a little bit abrupt, and you weren't quite so certain Dave Mustaine's feelings as regards certain things. This explains it all. This is one brilliant read. I've read it twice now. That's how much I like it. And I don't have a lot of time for reading, not because I'm stupid or retarded or anything, it's just I really am that busy that I don't have the time to sit down and read a book. So I did this, I couldn't put it down, so, I finished the book and I thought, I'll just have a quick look over it again. Now, the competition, you're probably thinking, how do I win this superb, I've said the same word twice, let me just try and looking past the lies. Now that's better, isn't it? I love editing. When you sort of run out of words, things, it's not words aren't something I run out often. It's just my trail of thought seems to go and then just go to, you know, a nosedive, and I forget. I was trying to say something. It was relatively intelligent, and then I started talking, and you know what? What I was thinking and what was coming out of my mouth just weren't the same thing. So, you're probably wondering how you win the CD and the book. There can only be... I've already said that, and I can't use that joke twice. Alright, but before I tell you how to win this, because I'm just trying to keep you trailing along, you know, to the end, so, you know, yeah, if you really do want the book and the CD, I'd like to know, you know, enter the competition to win said book and CD. But there's one thing that was really interesting in this, which not a you lot know this, not a lot of people know that, you know, Michael Caine thing. No, alright Bruce, alright, no, come on now, I was in Burma. No, I'm not doing that, sir. I'll just stop. I have one thing in common with Dave Mustaine. Yes. No, I'm not being a big head or a twat. It's really an unfortunate thing that I have in common with him. I didn't know this. Well, I had heard about it and seen it on the internet, and then I read through the book. And I read through again on that specific point that he damaged his left arm. Now, a lot of you may not be familiar with this, so I hope the hell you're not. It's called Saturday Night Palsy. It's something that's really rare that affects people. And I'll tell you what happened to me if you really want to be interested. If not, just skip forwards and you know I can win the book and the CD. But if not, those of you interested, what I'm rambling on about, I will explain in a small amount of detail. I come back one late night. Well, I suppose if it was night it would be late, wouldn't it? So, there we go. It was quite late in the night. That would make more sense. And I'd had a few drinks, like one does when you're out. And I thought, I don't feel like going to bed. I think I'll just have a sit on this chair. And not this particular chair, but one very similar. And I just nodded off like that. Then I woke up. Yeah, this is all in the book, his experience of what happened. But I'm telling you mine, like you're interested. But it just pads out the video a little bit before I tell you how I can win. Anyway, so I went out like that. Then I woke up, you know, about 4 o'clock in the morning. And I thought, man, that was... I wish I hadn't fallen asleep in the chair. So I thought, I'll go and get a drink. So I go to get up, and I move, but my right arm doesn't come with me. Well, it does, but it's dead. And I remember picking it up, going, hey, this is something wrong with this. This is no word of lie. This is exactly what happened. I picked up my right arm off the chair, thinking, I'm not quite sure what's happened here. And I thought, I'm thinking, it's pins and needles. I'm sure it'll come back. I remember walking around the room, bashing it on everything I could get hold of, thinking, it must wake up again. And it didn't. So now I'm just standing there going, I'm thinking to myself, I must be making this up. I'm sure there's a reason for this that I just don't know. Maybe I've had too much drink. Maybe it's just numb or something. And I thought, no, it's going to be fine. So I remember trying to go downstairs and trying to open a bottle. So I'm holding the bottle here and trying to get this hand. And it's just going like that. I'm going, I remember thinking, what the hell's up with this hand? And I couldn't use it. And from about here onwards, I couldn't move the arm. It was just like that. So I remember just holding it and it was just sort of like laying. I thought, what the hell's up with this arm? But I thought, maybe I'll sleep it off. So I remember going back to bed. Excuse the trains, alright? So I remember going back. Are you really interested in this? No, I don't know if you are. I'm going to finish this and then we'll get to the competition. So I remember going back to bed thinking, I'm sure it'll be fine in the morning. I remember waking up and it was exactly the same. It was just like this. So I raced on over to the doctor's, driving left-handed, because it's a good job it was my left-handed, because I could change gear, because we're over here, we drive on the right-hand side, we change gear on the left. It's not an automatic, it was a van. So I remember just sort of like leaning that hand like that, I was just hanging down like that the whole time. And yes, I eventually got to the doctors, and I had about 5 or 6 doctors all coming to have a look at this arm, because they'd all read about it, but apparently it's so rare that they don't even have a proper medical term for it. That's called Saturday Night Palsy, because you just go back and you Saturday night and you collapse like, and then you wake up and then your arm's dead. But apparently your muscle dies if you leave it in that position. But anyway, that's what happened to me. And I remember thinking, what the hell am I going to do? And they sent me to a specialist and they said they may have to do an operation. But to be honest with you, I didn't ever have the time to go through it. So I remember I got some feeling back in this arm. But I remember that I just used to go like that. And I was at the doctor's and they said, push forwards. And I went, yeah, that's fine, push forwards. And they said, push forward with your right hand. And I said, I'm pushing forwards with my right hand. It just stayed like that. And he said, yeah. And I said, I'm really trying hard. And I remember going, and nothing happened. It just stayed like that. And that's a really bad position for your hand to be in. Anyway, cut a long story short, my right hand has never been quite the same. And when you've commented on my guitar playing, you say my right hand's a bit floppy and a bit loose and a little bit over the place. Yes, it is. And now you know the explanation. It essentially that I lost a lot of nerve in that arm. It's never been quite the same. I suppose if I hazard a guess, I got about 75% of it. And if you read the book, you'll have a much better explanation. And I did the same thing. I remember trying to play a computer game with this hand. I remember just bouncing around the room going, come on, just push the button, just push it. I'm going, just come on, push the button. And it just didn't want to. And I remember bouncing around the room thinking that would make a difference, but it didn't. Anyway, so now if you ever wondered why my right hand, when I play guitar, seems slightly flappy, all over the place, and, you know, simply out of control, it's not an excuse, but it is a reason what happened. And I said I got about 75% of this hand. Now when I get focused and I get, you know, really stressed about things, this hand really starts to shake, which doesn't help either. And now, you know, not a lot of people know that, not a lot of people really care. I just thought I'd tell you that because it bears some relevance to this book, and which I found very interesting. And you will soon, well, one of you will soon have this book. Alright, so where did this lead us back to? I don't know, I'm running off on a tangent. Here we go. If you want to win the book and CD, it's quite simple. After this video's put out, you've got 4 days. I am going to ask you a question now. I'm going to go over Transformers, the original Michael Bay film, and there's going to be essentially, well, there's 10 questions, but this is how it goes. I'm going to give you my 5 best points of the original Michael Bay film and my 5 worst points. All you have to do is guess what my 5 best were and my 5 worst were. And the one who wins it will be the one who is the closest, who puts it up first, because you have a time and a day when somebody posts it up. I want you to post it on this video after the 4 days that this goes up. That's it. And that's it. That's as simple as it is. You guess my 5 best moments from the film and 5 worst. I don't expect you to get them all right. It's just the closest person who posts it up the first is the winner. My phone is ringing now. Bear with me. Ah, yes. That was only my stockbroker, by the way. Oh. So there you have it. Quite a simple competition because, let's face it, I'm quite... No, we won't go down there. I think I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt on that one. So yes, this, answer, simple question, 4 days after this video, nearest one gets it. I don't care where you are, which country you live in, bear in mind it will be surface mail. And I hope you look forward to the video of me looking through the 5 best aspects and 5 worst of Michael Bay film. And I'll tell you now, there was so many bad aspects of it, I could have gone on for hours. And finding 5 really good ones, it was difficult, man. You got to understand this, you know. I don't like Michael Bay that much. That's it. All I can say is take care, guys, and see you later out there.
Hey there, just quickly before I go, I'd just like to say thanks to all my subscribers. I really do appreciate it. When I say, yeah, it's only 2,000, blah, 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 I sound really ungrateful. I'm not. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. The next video is all set and ready to go, so I'm waiting to hear what you guys have to say about my top 5 worst and top 5 best. And after that, I'll give you a little idea what my next video is going to be.
Yes, my friends, the original Transformers adventure game, Defeat the Decepticons. You too will know the fun of moving a little piece of plastic around on a laminated piece of card. The fun never ends with Transformers, Defeat the Decepticons. Available now, 2 to 4 players.